Would like to talk about the full moon Taurus that is happening in November 2019. So, Taurus is about trusting ourselves. The great life lesson of Taurus is building one's self-esteem enough to trust their decision. So for this time, we are definitely going to be encouraged to trust ourselves, and we are encouraged to raise our self-esteem. So Taurus is considered the moneymaker, the manifester, the person who is very devoted and determined to reach one's goals. So there's a lot of resilience and there's a lot of dedication that Taurus offers us. So we're definitely, our dedication and our resilience is going to be tested at this time. We are going to, our trust and our vision is going to be tested. So with Taurus wants to build. Right? Taurus is a builder, a master builder. And Taurus is very masterful at building. Either it's companies, either it's relationships, either it's a business. Taurus is your go-to person when it comes to organization and when it comes to craftsmanship. So Taurus is definitely fabulous at craftsmanship. Taurus is very much into the details and doesn't miss anything. So Taurus is not about rushing. It's not about a race. It's about quality over quantity. So Taurus is very much governed by the senses. So the sense of self, the self-concept. Also the senses as in the sensual side, the luxury side of life. So we're definitely going to be drawn to finer things in life, such as listening to an orchestra, going to an orchestra concert, or eating. We're going to feel guided to eat maybe Vedic meals that are very rich for our body. We're going to be guided to surround ourselves with richness. Either that's richness of art, going to an art exhibit, either it's richness of going to a beautiful garden or a beautiful park, right? Or richness in food. We're going to feel guided to eat rich food that's full of nutrients, right? And we're also going to want to have richness of people around us, such as good conversations with people that really enrich our mind. So we're moving towards beauty, right? We're wanting to move towards beauty in all ways. We might even feel guided to really work on our self-beauty. Right? What does it mean to feel beautiful within? And what does it mean to have a beautiful body? Right? So we're definitely going to be drawn to more physical activity, such as walking or such as exercise that's more physical, right? It's more energetic, less meditative, and more about being in your body. So we're definitely wanting to stay away from the spacey, right? The spacey kind of meditation can make us very spacey and like we're traveling through other worlds and dimensions and realms. Taurus is not about that. Taurus is very much, I want to be in my body, in this experience, and I want to be a part of life. So we're definitely going to feel a calling to be a part of life. We're going to want to be in new experiences that make us feel alive, where we can really be in our body, where we can really experience the body. So either that's exercise, we're definitely going to feel guided to do a lot of exercise, like physical movement, because that is one of the most, it's so beautiful to dance or to do an exercise that really brings you into your body, where you start to just feel liveliness moving through you. So with Taurus is definitely about goals. And Taurus is about aspirations. So with this full moon, we're definitely going to be pushed and pressured by the Taurus energy to really get on the ball, right? Really get our stuff together. Because Taurus is very much a person that is going to get their stuff together. So if we have been distracted, if we have been procrastinating, if we have been wandering, if we have been indecisive, Taurus is like, no more. We need to actually create a practical, organized plan of action. Because Taurus is all about creating an organized, practical plan of action. So Taurus, we know, is right beside Aries. So Taurus takes that sort of creative fire of Aries, where Aries is just like wants to create and create and create. It's very, very explosive and with so much passion and desire and enthusiasm. Kind of Taurus takes that energy and uses it and channels it in a very organized way. So Aries can be all over the place, right? I want to do this, that, and the other, right? I want to do all the things. I want to be the most creative person in all the areas that I can think of. Taurus is very much, you could say, the evolution of Aries, right? The evolution of Aries, in the way that Taurus takes that fire and channels it in a very grounded way. So Taurus asks us the question, how can I better organize my creativity so that I can start to see better results? Or what is my goal? What is my plan? Right? Taurus is like, what is my plan? And how can I organize my life in order for me to reach that goal within my life? So definitely we're gonna be, our goals are gonna be supported, and we're going to feel called to really get clear, right? Really get clear about what we want and what we don't want. Because a part of self-esteem is that we really clear away the distractions, the things that we don't want, right? The things that don't really enrich us, the things that make us feel sluggish or slow or incompetent, or just really don't make us feel like we're reaching our goals, right? It just feels like we're just kind of buying our time, right? Sort of wasting our time just hanging around. Taurus is not about wasting time. Taurus is not about hanging around. Taurus is about, I want to plan and I want to execute that plan. And I'm going to organize my life in a clear way so that I can execute it. So when we talk about Taurus being very simplistic, right? We're taking out the excess. We're taking out the complication. We're taking out the behaviors in which create a lot of disruption in our life. We're really going to be guided to let go of behaviors that create a lot of disruption in our life, that we do, that really, it doesn't add to our lives. It doesn't help us to be focused. So we're really going to clear away anything that really doesn't help us to be focused and creates sort of anxieties, or it really has us caught in this mental realm of where we're overthinking because we are overindulging in, let's say, these behaviors, right? We're indulging in these behaviors that are unnecessary, right? So Taurus is about necessity, right? The bare necessity, simple bare necessity. That's kind of the Taurus, right? The simple bare necessity. Dun 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 dun. So Taurus again is the throat chakra. It's about very much the music, right? When we think of music, we think of rich, right? Music is rich, right? It's full of so much richness. And the throat chakra is about remaining true to your word. So that's the one thing about Taurus. When you have a good self-esteem, you're true to your word. You have dignity. And that's why Taurus is one of the most reliable signs. Because when you develop your self-esteem and you're true to your word, you become trustworthy. So we're really looking, how can we be trustworthy, right? How can we be responsible? Because there's nothing more successful for a business or for an entrepreneur or for somebody who's just wanting to complete and execute projects appropriately There's nothing more successful than a person who's trustworthy and a person who is reliable. So we're really clearing away the habits that we carry that really don't make us reliable, that make us kind of fickle and indecisive and procrastinator and kind of all over the place. Like we just can't make the right decision. We just can't take action. Right? We're just kind of beating around the bush, or we're delaying, or we're just kind of wasting our time. Right? Just doing things that is just sort of a distraction. It's not even enriching our lives. It's just keeping us in this sort of loop or circle. Because one thing about Taurus does not like to be in a loop. Taurus likes to progress, even if it's slow. Taurus doesn't like to just be distracted and doing the same thing again and again, and what they're doing is not even productive, and the way that it's not leading to a more stable, secure, and balanced life. Because Taurus wants security. Taurus wants balance. Taurus does not want, fickle and up in the air and indecision. And Taurus doesn't want a goal that's like aloof, and a goal that is just like, oh, I'll get there eventually, or maybe someday. No, Taurus is not about that spacey, like aloof kind of person. Taurus is very much about, I got to get clear about what I want and what I don't want. And I'm going to really trust myself. And I'm going to be dedicated to my plan of action. Right? I'm going to be dedicated to my plan of action. And I'm going to be responsible for my well-being. I'm going to be responsible for my career. I'm going to be responsible for my decisions and my actions. Because I know the more responsible I am for my life, the more progress I can have. The more, irresponsible I am, the less progress I have. The more commotion I have, and the more probably behaviors, unproductive behaviors I accumulate. So Taurus is like, nope, we're really like cutting away any unproductive behavior that we're indulging in that isn't helping us to reach our goals. Again, it's about goals, it's about aspiration, it's about ambition. I am ambitious, I am reliable, and I am trustworthy. I trust myself. I trust myself to let go of the things the behaviors especially I need to let go of that's making me feel stagnant, right? The person, place, or thing. And I am allowing myself to make a plan of action. I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to see it through, right? Taurus is like, it tests your will. And when we talk about will is about your ability to see it through, right? Will is not an impulse. It's not of the moment. It's not, I did it for the moment. Will is about you being tested throughout time, right? Will is about the person who years upon years showed up and saw it through. Right? It's not about, I did a year of it and I expect to see results. No, Taurus is like the whole life. The whole life is about seeing it through, right? A relationship, children, it's about, I have to see it through for 18 years if I have a child, right? Or for the whole life of the child. If I have a business, I have to see it through all the way. Relationship, I have to see it through, right? It's not impulsive. It's not, I'm feeling it for the day and I have my will today and this year. I'm going to try it for 2 years and then give up. So when I talk about will, I talk about tolerance. Talk about your ability to basically be tested by the universe for years, right? And still see it through and still be reliable to your dream, to be dedicated and to be still going for it, right? Whatever that is. So we're definitely going to feel at this time like we really want to like move forward, right? And this movement forward is more so about we want to get a plan of action. It's not so much about move forward as in we executing it, right? Because we do have this Mercury retrograde in November, but it's more so I have to get a plan of action now. Now's the time for me to get a plan of action. No more being aloof, no more procrastinating, no more participating behaviors that really are distractive and don't help me to be clear and focused. No more. Right? Because the shadow side of Taurus is about stagnation, right? The shadow side of Taurus is about being stagnant, being so set in our ways, in our behaviors, that we're in a rut and we don't even know how to move forward, right? We don't even know how to strategize. We don't even know how to follow through or to obey our intuition because we're so set and stagnant in our ways, right? And also we can be very inflexible when it comes to our career and when it comes to opportunities. We can be so stubborn, right? It has to be like this. That's the shadow side of Taurus. It has to be like this. I have to marry this kind of person who has this, that, and the other. I have to kid by this time of age, or I have to have a business that happens now, right? That stubbornness where it's like a child that's pouting, now, I have to have now. That kind of thing. That's the shadow side of Taurus that we're going to be dealing with, where we're so set in our ways. We can be so stubborn. It has to be like this. It has to be like this. That we're pouting. We're losing all our energy. We're moping around. Maybe we're very moody. We're participating behavior that's very unproductive. And that really brings out the worst of us, where people don't trust us. When people, don't look at us as reliable. They kind of look at us like, a mess, or we're all over the place. We're not somebody that's going to see it through, or somebody who actually makes decisions, right? That's aloof. We're definitely going Taurus, this full moon Taurus is going to be like, it's going to be like, you have to open up, right? Possibility, opportunity is everywhere. If you're so set in your ways, if you're so stubborn, you're going to miss it. And Taurus is about grabbing opportunity. So when you give Taurus an inch, Taurus can make that inch into a whole mile. That is how dedicated and how focused Taurus is, right? But the shadow side is that we don't see opportunities around. We don't see possibilities around. We're stubborn. We're fixed. It has to be this way. It has to be my way, right? Or I'm just going to be mad and I'm just going to be stagnant. I'm just going to sit put and not do anything until I get what I want. No, Taurus is about, there's possibilities and opportunities everywhere. I have to step out of my comfort zone, and I have to be available, right? I have to be available to expand my mind, right? I have to go where I feel rich, where I feel enriched and I feel expanded, because progress is about expanding your mind. Progress is about expanding your thoughts, and it's about letting go of behaviors that are keeping you in this stagnation or this rut where it's my way, the highway, or I have to get what I want and I'm upset and pouting because I didn't get what I wanted when I wanted, right? Taurus is about, I have to expand. I have to enrich myself. And how I do that is stepping out of my comfort zone, right? And being open and available to discussion with other people who are different from me. That's how I start to think new thoughts and be in new ways. So that's why I'm going to go to music concerts, right? That's why I'm going to go to maybe, eat some yummy Vedic meal, or maybe I'm going to eat some Korean food. And I've never really eaten Korean food before, but I'm going to try it because, it's a way for me to enrich my experience of life, right? Or let's say, I'm going to go horseback riding, right? I haven't gone maybe since I was a kid, but I'm going to do that because it's going to help me to expand my experience of life. Or I'm going to take a little trip to the beach. I'm going to go to a ski place, right? I'm going to go climb the mountain. I'm going to go hiking, right? I'm just going to participate in new ways. And that's what's going to help me to expand my mind. And that's what's going to help me to think in new ways. So it's definitely not the time for us to be like, fixed and stubborn about it this way. We're really, the universe is saying, if it's not working, like literally, if it's just hitting a brick wall, that's not it, right? And that's it. Like, it's just not it. Move on. Move to something else. Just leave it, right? So Taurus can be really like a bull, and like, I want to push it and I want to make it happen. But if we're pushing for, like, we're fixed and set on like it has to be like this, and it's not working, and it's causing sadness or depression or causing this feeling of hopelessness, that's not it. Move on, right? Move on. That's not it. If it's creating hopelessness or creating this feeling of like stagnation or it's something that you've been really pushing for a long time, and it's just constant, it's not moving, right? It's saying try a different approach, right? There's many opportunities and possibilities that really Taurus is again, it can take the long road, the hard road. It could take the road of least resistance, and that road usually involves stepping out of your comfort zone and really opening yourself up to other opportunities and possibilities, because the universe does want you to have progress. The universe doesn't want you to be in a rut and have the same relationship again and again that just leads you feeling sad and hopeless, and the same relationship that just keeps you, feeling just not good. The universe doesn't want you to spend a decade in a relationship or this career pathway that is just keeping you feeling down. No, the universe wants you to reach new levels. It wants you to excel. It wants you to expand. But you have to step out of your comfort zone, and you have to be willing to move in a new way, or you're just going to get the same thing, right? You're just going to get the same thing. And that's the one thing about stagnation, is that you want something different, but you're not willing to change your behavior. You're not willing to change your direction. You're not willing to change your mindset. And if you're not willing to do that, you're not going to get anything. Taurus is all about, I have to enrich my life. I have to. The more enriched I am, the better thoughts I have, the more positive, optimistic I am, and just the better opportunities I have, because people look at me in respect, right? If I'm just stubborn and pouting and moody and in this unproductive behaviors, people don't trust me. They look right through me and they can see, oh, this person is aloof. This person is not someone who's going to see it through. I don't want to work with them, right? So Taurus is about, literally, I trust myself. I have a self-esteem. You can rely on me. And how you know you can rely on me is that I'm somebody who wants to expand my life. And I'm dedicated to expanding my life. I'm determined to stepping out of my comfort zone and enriching myself. I'm rich, right? I'm rich with knowledge. I am rich with study and with life experience. That is more trustworthy than the person who just, in productive behavior and moping around and pouty why they don't have happiness, right? Right? So Taurus, this full moon is asking us to get real. If you want to be happy, you have to be willing to change your behavior, change your mindset, change your lifestyle, and change your perspective on life. And the only way you can do that is you actually have to enrich your experience of life, right? And the only way you do that, when we think of Taurus and the evolution of Taurus, we get into Gemini, right? And Gemini is about, wait, I actually have to participate, right? I have to participate in life, right? I can't just sit back and watch like I'm watching a TV. I actually have to participate. I actually have to put myself out there. I have to meet people. I have to socialize, right? I have to let go of friend groups that are really making me feel poor, or they're not educating me. They're not helping me to be rich. It's just keeping me feeling in, uneducated vibration, right? That Gemini is like the evolution of Taurus, and that's about, I have to participate. I can't just sit around and, just wait for the television to tell me what to do, right? So this Taurus full moon, again, when I mention Aries and Gemini, they're think of it like they're a sandwich. Taurus is the middle, and then the bun is Aries and Gemini, and Taurus is like the meat, you can say, right? For this full moon, Taurus is the meat, and the bread is Aries and Gemini. Yeah, kind of, holding that piece of meat together. So best things for Taurus, this full moon Taurus, is to get in your body, right? You can meditate, but do more physical meditation, like walking, biking, forest bathing, Taibo, right? Things that really get your blood pumping and really get you in your body. Go surfing, go swimming in the ocean, right? That's really going to help you feel happy, and really it's going to clear some things out, right? Also, enrich your mind through experience. Like, get out there and have new experiences, meet new people, go to an orchestra concert, go to a poetry reading, go to an art exhibit, right? Take a hike through the mountain, horseback riding, right? Enrich yourself through experience. Another thing is really get out of unproductive behavior and distracted life. Like, get out of that, right? Because that's also an escapism, and Taurus is not about that. Taurus is about, I cannot reach my goals as long as I'm trying to escape my life, right? I have to be real. People have to trust me. People are not going to trust somebody that just wants to spend their time escaping their life because they're pouty. No, I have to be responsible. And the only way I'm responsible is I have to face myself. I have to face my life. I have to take responsibility for my choices and my decisions, or I'm not going to get anywhere. People are going to trust me. They're going to look right at me and see that I'm a coward, right? Taurus is so strict, right? Taurus is very strict energy. Taurus don't play no games, right? Taurus is like, I'm going to whip you into shape. Like, no joke. I'm not about your unproductive behavior or your irresponsibility or your aloofness, or maybe someday, possibly, I'm going to do something. Your indecisiveness, your stagnation, your rut, your, hitting the brick wall, your stubbornness. I don't care about that. I don't trust you because you're not responsible for your mind, body, and spirit, your decisions. You don't trust yourself. I can't trust you if you don't trust yourself. Right? So getting away, those kind of behaviors and stepping out of your comfort zone, right? Make a plan of action, what you really want during this full moon. What do you really want, right? Map it out, get clear, get strategic, and make an action plan. Don't just do some la la land fantasy of what you want. Get an action plan of what you're actually going to do. What are you going to do? How are you going to execute it? What actual action steps you're going to take, right? Taurus is about application, not about imagination. Taurus is about application. It emphasizes that more than imagination, right? Apply myself. And then also step out of your comfort zone. Really open yourself up. See that there's possibilities, opportunities everywhere around you, right? Don't go for something that doesn't feel right for you, that is a behavior. It's a part of a lifestyle or behavior that does not fulfill you, right? Don't go for what looks shiny or glamorous, right? Taurus is about, I'm going to go for what is going to actually help me to excel. I want to excel, right? I want luxury, yes. I want material gain, but I'm looking to excel, right? I cannot excel unless I have a team and I have people around me and I have the right mindset that really enriches me, right? With knowledge, with experience, with education, with study, with learning. Because Taurus is also about learning. Taurus wants to learn, right? Taurus is considered I would say Taurus is one of the most trustworthy energies in the way that they really want to learn about themselves, about the world, and about society. They want to learn, right? They've got a learner's mind, right? They can easily learn. They're really good at learning. It just comes naturally for them to learn. But they're also really have a sense of dignity. So really look at your dignity and how you are not true to yourself, right? How you're not true to your goals, how you're not true to your aspirations, how you're not true to your happiness because you are making excuses, right? Or you're pouting, or you're stubborn, or you won't listen to yourself. You won't listen to your intuition, right? Taurus is bringing all that up in order for us to really move beyond, right? So we can expand, so we can actually start to see goals present themselves, and we actually have the energy, the time, the effort to execute them and to apply ourselves, right? But in order for us to really apply ourselves, we really have to trust ourselves, we really have to listen to ourselves, and we really have to clear our life, right? We have to clear our life, right? The more that we're in commotion, compulsiveness, the more that we're distracted, the more that we're wasting our time. And Taurus is like, I'm not going to waste my time. I want to excel, and I'm going to make a plan of action. I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to see it through. And I'm not going to let anything kind of derail me or confuse me, because I'm clear on the vision. I'm concentrated. I got my target. I got the will. That's Taurus right there. I got the will. You see my will? It's invincible because I'm concentrated. I'm focused on my happiness, on my abundance, my prosperity. And not only am I focused, I'm actually applying myself. I'm actually taking action steps towards it. I'm actually mapping it out, mind, body, and spirit. I'm mapping out in my exercise. I'm mapping it out in my journaling. I'm mapping it out in just the way I behave. I show up. That's Taurus. Be what it is that you want to obtain. Right? Become that energy. Right? So if you want to be regal, or if you want to have abundance, or if you want to manifest, you have to become that, right? You have to become that, right? If you want people to respect you, or to, respect you or trust you, you have to respect yourself. You have to trust yourself. If you want people to recognize your talent, then you have to recognize your talent and see how good you are. Right? If you want people to look at you and admire you, then you definitely have to admire yourself and what you're doing. Right? If you want people to give you an opportunity, give you a chance to excel, well, then you got to give yourself the opportunity, the chance for you in this moment now to do what you need to do to capture that feeling of excellence. So that is the blueprint for this full moon Taurus. May it bless you and serve you well.